Hello 5 and 6 and welcome to your next spelling session. Let's go to share my screen. Okay, so we're on Wednesday 3rd of March. This is our second lesson of our homophones for this week. So we're looking at homophones so that we can have a little test on Friday. But what is a homophone? How can you explain it? Hopefully you've been talking into the screen. Let's just have a little reveal to remind you words that sound the same but are spelt differently and have different meanings. Okay, we've been looking at homophones near homophones. So words that either sound the same or are said the same in the same way, but definitely spelt different and definitely have different meanings. So let's just remind ourselves. We'll go to a different screen. Let's have a new share and see if this will come up, hopefully. And let's have a little go of some of these. So we've got leek and leek, obviously the vegetable leek and a leaky tap. So I chopped up a leek to put in my stew. Which one is it? Well, because we've got pictures, this helps us. We've got our vegetable leek here. So this is the first one. The outdoor tap has a leak. So because we've got pictures, this is quite an easier exercise. So the people formed an orderly queue. The snooker player hit the ball with the cue. So this is the second one. This is the first one. So yew, we've got a female sheep, a yew tree, or someone pointing at you. So the something looked after her newborn lamb. Well, obviously we know it's you, so it must be this spelling. The great yew tree swung in the breeze. I think you should volunteer to clean up. So you might not have heard some of these words, but because we've got the pictures, it helps us to understand which is the right one. And again, you might not have heard of this, we might have heard of the word boy, but you may not know the spelling of this type of boy, which is a ball that you might see in the sea that fishermen will connect their fishing pots to, so they know where to collect them in the middle of the sea. So the boy was very happy and the other boy bobbed around in the water. Again, we've got two more here. We've got beach, the beech tree, and the beach that we might go on holiday and lie on the beach next to the sea. We've got him. Him, we know that one. We may not know quite the spelling of this one, H-Y-M-N. So I'm going to leave it there because we'll look at some more ones another time. Let's just go back to our things for today. So we've had a little go just to remind us, and let's look at some of our ones in our spelling sheet. So Monday, we looked at father and father. We looked at, I say it draft and draft, but you might say draft and draft. And we looked at wary, okay, and wary. So today we're going to look at some others. We've got these two here in blue, ascent and ascent. So two different spellings. So the first one, obviously in this order, they're different to the ones that I've written them down here. So let's look at them as they're written. The A-S-C-E-N-T, which is this one. This ascent has taken hours, so that you're going down something, the act of ascending. Oh, not ascending, that's descending, going up, sorry. This ascent has taken hours. I'm looking at that saying going up. Of course it is. Descending is coming down. Ascending is going up. So the climber is going up. The ascent. This ascent has taken hours. A-double-S-E-N-T is this one here. Yes, I assent to your plans. You are agreeing to it. So both have very different meanings, and there's only one letter that is different in the spelling. So that's quite a tricky one. So we've got assent, now we've got descent. So we've got the descent going down a slope, or in this example, the people that are underneath in maybe a management system. And we might say this slightly different. Instead of descent, we might say decent. So that means good, civilized, a good person, a decent person. So they might sound slightly different. Now, the spelling here, I've got the wrong picture. That's not very good, Miss Hersey. The descent one is correct. This one, I need to scrub that out, really. Let me see if I can get my pencil while I'm on, because that is wrong. Let's do big crosses. That one isn't correct because it's not spelt the right way. So I'm just going to cross that out. We'll look at this spelling here, D-I-double-S, descent, that you agree. Okay, so quite tricky ones. But that's why I've put them together, particularly the assent going up and the descent going down. Okay, so they're quite tricky. Let's have a little look at the next ones. Oh, so we've got these two here. Very common mistakes made. Desert, dessert. So they do sound different. There's an extra S, stress on the second syllable, dessert, which of course is your sweet treat after your main course that you might have eaten. So I've got my dessert here of my ice cream, and I've got my desert with the cactus here. So desert only has one S. Dessert, hopefully you can hear that stress on the second syllable is the dessert bit. So they're quite tricky. And compliment, compliment. So compliment with an I is that you're going to make a polite expression, a praise or admiration. You might compliment somebody on what they're wearing or what they've said. Compliment with an E is something that goes together. It complements it. The only one I could think of offhand was like chips complement fish, because you might have fish and chips together, or salt and pepper. They complement each other. I know some people have strange things on chips as well, like vinegar and mayonnaise. So I'm just thinking about things that I would think that complement each other. We might have heard the word complement when we're thinking about colours in art, colours that complement each other. So a little bit tricky this week of some of those meanings, but you can always again look up in an online dictionary. If you've got a paper dictionary at home, you can have a little look at. So our work for today is this sheet. Now, this will also be on your timetable. You don't need to print it off. You can just copy the sentences. You can pause this page. And at the top of each section are the choice of words. So this is for draft or draft, as Miss Hersey says it. This is desert or dessert, compliment or compliment, assent or assent, father or father. So you need to add in whichever is the correct spelling in that line. So if you write them in your books, and you can add in that word and underline it so we can easily see it. And that checks that you understand the meaning of each of the correct spellings. So pause the video now so that you've got that page in front of you and have a go at writing those sentences, including that missing word, whichever is the correct spelling, into your book. Okay, Hopefully you've done that. And we've now got our bonus extra 5 words that you can continue with. If you've not done any of these, you can have a go at 1 or 2 of them. So I'll just move on to the first page, which is language. And again, if you've not seen any of these, there are different activities linked to each of the word. Now, you don't need to do them all. You could just pick out a couple for each, because these words are all from the year 5-6 spelling lists. So these are words by the end of year 6 that you should hopefully be able to spell. And I know those in year 5, it will give you a good advantage when you come up to year 6. So we do 5 each day. So this is our first one. It's language, and you can pause after each new page. Leisure, lightning, marvelous, and mischievous. So there are 5 for today. And I will hopefully see you. Let's go back. Let's stop the share and hopefully get back to me. Hello. And I will see you on Friday for our next spelling session with our test. See you soon.